What if I told you that right now, somewhere in the world, someone is making money while sleeping? Not working, not stressing, not chasing money, but letting money work for them. Now here's the crazy part. That person is not a genius, not lucky, not even rich when they started. They just understood one thing: how to invest in the stock market. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to start, even if you have zero experience and very little money. But listen carefully, because by the end of this video, you are going to take your first step toward financial freedom. But let me ask you something very important. Why do most people work their entire lives and still struggle financially? It's not because they're lazy. It's because they were never taught how money actually works. From a young age, we're told, go to school, get a job, work hard. But nobody tells you this: working for money will never make you truly wealthy, because your time is limited. You can only work so many hours. Money has no limits, and when you learn how to make it work for you, everything changes. Right now, you might be thinking, this sounds good, but investing is risky. Let me be honest with you. Not investing is even riskier, because inflation is quietly eating your money every single year. So even when you think you're saving, you're actually losing. Let's simplify everything. The stock market is not complicated. It's just a place where people buy and sell ownership in companies. That's it. When you buy a stock, you're not gambling. You're becoming a part owner of a business. Think about that. Every time you see a successful company, imagine owning a small piece of it. That's how wealth is built. Not overnight, but over time. But here's the question. If it's so simple, why do so many people fail? Most people fail because they treat investing like gambling. They chase trends. They follow hype. They panic when prices drop. And the worst mistake? They expect quick results. But the stock market rewards patience, not emotion. There was a man who started investing with just a small amount. Nothing special. No big salary, no connections. But he had one advantage. He started early. He stayed consistent, and he ignored the noise. Years later, his small investments turned into something powerful. Not because of luck, but because of discipline. So now the question becomes, how do you start? Here is step-by-step guide on how to start investing in the stock market as a beginner. Step 1. Change your mindset. Before you invest money, you must invest in understanding. You are not here to gamble. You are here to build long-term wealth. And also, master your environment, because mindset alone is not enough. Your environment either builds you or destroys you. If you are constantly surrounded by people who spend recklessly, avoid learning, and chase quick money, you will unconsciously do the same. But if you place yourself in an environment where people talk about growth, discipline, and long-term success, your thinking begins to shift automatically. Success becomes normal. Wealth becomes possible. So start auditing your environment. Who do you listen to? What do you watch every day? What conversations are you part of? Because every piece of information you consume is shaping your financial future. Replace noise with knowledge. Replace distraction with focus. Replace short-term thinking with long-term vision. And most importantly, put yourself in rooms, physically or digitally, where money is understood, respected, and multiplied. Step 2. Choose the right platform. You need a broker. Simple. Platforms like Bamboo, Trove, RiseVest make it easy to invest globally. Choosing a platform is easy, but understanding how it works is what protects your money. Before you invest a single dollar, take time to learn the basics of the platform you choose. How do you deposit money? How do you withdraw? What are the fees? What happens if the market drops? What assets are actually available to you? Because many people lose money not from bad investments, but from ignorance. They don't understand charges. They don't understand risk. They don't understand the timing. And that confusion turns into fear. And fear leads to bad decisions. So slow down. Explore the app. Read everything. Start small. Make your first investment a learning experience, not a profit mission. Because in the beginning, your goal is not to make money. Your goal is to understand money. Step 3. Start small. Very important. Let me say this clearly. You do not need a lot of money. This is where most people get stuck. They wait, they delay, they overthink. But smart people, they start small. Because starting small is better than not starting at all. What if I told you starting with $10 consistently is better than waiting to invest $1,000? That's where the transformation happens, because consistency builds discipline, discipline builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. This is how ordinary people become wealthy, not through one big move, but through small actions repeated over time. So don't focus on the size, focus on the habit. Automate it if you can. Treat investing like a bill you must pay every month. No excuses, no delays. Because one day, what felt small will no longer be small. And you'll look back and realize you didn't just grow your money, you became the kind of person who knows how to build wealth. Step 4. What to invest in. Keep it simple. Strong companies, index funds. Avoid complexity. Simplicity wins. The biggest mistake beginners make is chasing what's trending. Hot stocks, viral investments, get-rich-quick opportunities. But the truth is, if everyone's rushing into it, you're already late. Smart investors don't chase hype. They choose value. They look for strong, reliable companies, businesses that solve real problems, companies that will still exist 10, 20 years from now. They invest in stability. They invest in growth. They invest in the future. Because wealth is not built on excitement, it's built on patience. So ignore the noise, ignore the pressure, ignore the fear of missing out. Because the goal is not to get rich overnight. The goal is to stay rich for a lifetime. And that only happens when you choose wisely, not emotionally. Step 5. Consistency over perfection. You don't need perfect timing. You need consistency. Weekly, monthly, just keep going. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect price, the perfect dip, the perfect opportunity. But that moment rarely comes, and even when it does, they hesitate, they second-guess, they miss it. The truth is simple. No one can consistently predict the market. Not beginners, not experts, not even professionals. So instead of trying to time the market, learn to spend time in the market. Because time is what allows your money to grow. Time is what smooths out volatility. Time is what turns small investments into something powerful. So invest regularly. Whether the market is up or down or sideways, just keep going. Because in the long run, consistency will outperform hesitation every single time. Step 6. Think long-term. This is where wealth is built. Not days, not weeks, years. The market goes up and down, but over time, it grows. And this is where most people fail. When the market drops, people panic, they sell, they quit. But experienced investors, they stay calm because they understand something powerful. Short-term drops are normal. Long-term growth is inevitable. So the real question is, will you panic or will you stay patient? Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your life 5 years from now. You started investing today. You stayed consistent. You stayed patient. Now imagine the result: financial peace, freedom, confidence. Now imagine the opposite. You did nothing. Which future do you want? If this video opened your eyes, then don't just watch. Take action. Like this video, comment "started" if you're serious, and subscribe for more powerful finance content. Because on this channel, we don't chase money. We build systems that makes money chase us. Start small, stay consistent, trust the process. And one day, you'll look back and be grateful that you started. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.